Happy New Year 2023. I hope that a lot of clutter from people's mind is dissolved in the upcoming year, because as we are moving towards the new age, we need to be more and more clear in our head about what we want and what we do not want. Because if we indulge in activities which we do not like, but we are doing it out of ritual or out of helplessness, then it can backfire and things can get worse for you than better. So the more clear you are, and the more peaceful you will be, and the more successful you will feel. Because success is not just what other people give you, success is also internal. You have to feel successful within yourself to feel satisfied with your existence. If you are dependent on success and approval always from others, you will always feel dissatisfied or depressed with your existence. So it is important that you find what makes you feel successful, and a lot of self-love for yourself, where you accept and love yourself not just as husband or a father or a daughter or a mother or a sister or a friend, but just you as a part of God, because it is you as a part of God which will create reality for everyone, including yourself. And you will be spreading your vibrations out to create reality for several people, just as several people are spreading their vibrations out to create your reality. So we are living in a place where vibrations mix with each other, and the thoughts which are most dominant manifest. The thoughts which are repeated the most are the most dominant, and hence, if you keep thinking positive thoughts, happiness will spread for everyone on earth. And if you keep thinking of negative thoughts and the problems which you are facing, then problems will increase for everyone on earth. So it is important that you think of positive thoughts in the year ahead, and for that it is important that your priorities are clear and that you do not feel guilty or sad or unhappy and anxious with your decisions. Past life therapy helps significantly in making your choices, because then you understand your impulsive mind and why you are making some choices over others, and how to make choices so that you feel positive, irrespective of whether that choice is appropriate or not for the world. For example, I had a client, and she had an extramarital affair, and it's not usually considered appropriate, but I don't judge, because you don't know the karmic syllabus of that person. So she had an extramarital affair because she was married to the person she had an extramarital affair in a previous life, and 2 lives before that they were married to each other, but they never had children. There was some soul plan, or maybe they were cursed or whatever. They never had children married to each other. So in this life, they were married to different people, but they had children from those different people. But they were attracted to each other because they were married in a previous life. So you obviously, if you are married over 3 lifetimes or 7 lifetimes together, and you will feel attracted to each other, even if you are married to different people in the present life. So marriage cannot be jail. I am not supporting extramarital affair. I am only saying that you cannot judge people based on what ritual demands. It is love which is important, not marriage. And incidentally, the partners were not happy with these people because they were not getting along ideologically, and there were problems in the marriage. So the affair was continuing, and they were in a situation where I could not advise them to leave the marriage and get married to each other also, because they had financial considerations, financial assets together with their spouses, with their partners. So they did not want to leave the marriage, and there was no soul plan that they will leave the marriage and go together, because again the children could not be there when they are together. So they had children from different husband and different wife, but they kept loving each other. So these things happen, and you cannot judge them, because the soul does not think in terms of rituals, in terms of walls, in terms of caste. The soul thinks in terms of love and happiness, and how it can balance relationships in whichever way is possible. So that is where past life therapy helps much more than conventional advice, because conventional advice will directly judge, no, don't do this, this is bad. Now how do you say it's bad when when they are not happy in one situation and they can find love in another situation? It's just that they are lying to their partners. That is the only wrong part about it. And but if they were to speak the truth to their partners, there will be more fights and it will not solve any problem also. So you cannot even say that lying is wrong. So as Satyug comes and the age of truth is coming, you have to understand that what matters is positivity, and it's positivity which will increase positivity in the universe. So in the situation where I am saying this happens is that it is a situation where all the four people have affairs outside the marriage. It's not just that these two are having, the spouses are also having affairs outside the marriage, but they are not informing each other about it because there will be fights and they are comfortable with the situation. Now, if you have a situation where you are lying to your partner and you are having an affair outside and being abusive to your partner, if you are mocking your partner because you have another partner outside, then it is wrong, because you are creating negativity in your own house because you have a partner outside, but you are not saying in your own house that the negativity is there because you are finding love somewhere outside. So if you have love somewhere outside and you are not informing in your house, then you should be positive to your partner so that overall positivity increases. So it is positivity which matters, not the rule. When the age of light, when the age of truth dawns, there will be no need to hide each other from each other if you are in love with someone else, because people will accept that you can stay in a marriage as friends, as financial partners, and still have lovers outside. So that is the age of truth, where you don't bind yourself by rituals or by religion, but you allow yourself to express by love and by your innermost feelings. And the age of truth is coming in 2026, and people are realizing that just the definition of marriage does not make you feel loved. You don't become loved simply because you're married, or you are not successful simply because you are rich, or you are not educated simply because you have very high marks, and you are not saving the country simply because you are a soldier. So it is the feeling behind an act which matters, not the act by itself. And when you are choosing a profession, when you are choosing to move outside the country, when you are choosing a different relationship, you have to understand which feeling are you pursuing. For example, you might move outside the country, make a lot of effort, and you might not be able to achieve the satisfaction which you went in for. And also there are a lot of migration rules, and there are a lot of difficulties if you are a freelancer, if you are a painter or an artist or a therapist like I am. I tried to move outside because God told me that my work is much respected outside than in this country, and I need to spread my work to other parts of the world as well. Because I am the only one doing emotional management with soul empowerment all over the world, and I am one of the best past life therapists all over the world, and a spirit releasement therapist where I send spirits to the light of God, and from there they choose a path of rebirth or they go back to their families, but they are healed when they go back. So nobody else is doing it. So I was directed to go abroad, but the rules on earth did not allow it that I could migrate at my age, and with my profession as a past life therapist. There was no slot for a past life therapist to migrate. So I could go in an office job, but if I take up an office job, then I will not be able to do this work of past life therapy as much as I am doing now, and the work for which God wants me to go abroad will suffer. So I have to spread meditation or past life therapy or positivity, optimism, and I can only go if these slots are allowed. And right now, it's not allowed. So the walls of nation therefore bind people and force them to leave their satisfaction to go into different countries for comfort, But the comfort does not replace satisfaction, and satisfaction does not replace comfort. So these are unnecessary walls of the nation which are already breaking with the internet, but they need to be broken at the level of rituals, at the level of physical body, so that people can migrate between nations, come back, go back, and there are no restrictions of visa or uh, you know visa, passport restrictions, so many check-ins, so many delays which happen. And once they go there, they cannot come back easily. Once they are back, they cannot go there easily. It takes a long time, and everyone cannot afford to go also spend so much on the visa, spend on staying there. And because everyone several of us are only surviving on earth, somehow surviving. Several of us are divorced, several of us single, and we don't have family support which can send us out. And though we are skilled, I mean, it is said that Canada wants skilled labor and Finland wants skilled labor, but I am skilled, but they don't want me. They want someone who will fit in their slot, in their machine slot, and be a machine. I mean, I though they would respect this work if I reach there, but while going as a single woman, I don't have any route to go where I can go with my children. I have to follow their steps, merge with their path, and then this work suffers. So what I'm trying to say is that life has to become easier at the level of mass consciousness, and people have to realize that people no longer value being machines so much, and there is no need for so many rituals, for national walls. It was required in the primitive society, but it's outdated in the present society, and it is causing a lot of tension. The epidemic is spreading again, just to make people realize because that happiness is important. If you keep breathing out negative vibrations, it is going to spread, and it is going to create problems all over the world. So people who can spread happiness, who can spread positivity, need to be encouraged to migrate to different parts of the world, so that positivity spreads, vibrations spread. If you block migrations of freelancers, of people who are working on positivity simply because they do not fit any label, so then diseases spread, and there is nothing which can stop it. It's only positive thinking, vibrational positivity, which can stop it. And if these national walls are broken, then people can move from one part of the country to another, and without having to show work experience, and fitting in their role, without having to be robotic. They can migrate from one part of the country to another and spread a lot of positivity, like painters, artists, therapists like me. So there has to be more help given to people who are trying to spread positivity in the world. Thank you. I hope all of you are more positive in the year ahead, and hold on till to 2026, because Earth is shifting, and after 2026 it's going to be a lot easier. Because if your vibrations are positive and if you're expecting positivity, hold on till 2026. If your vibrations are negative, then of course vibrations are more important than prediction for the law of attraction. So you have to focus on positivity to attract positivity. Only then it comes. Thank you.